Alright, part two to building an airplane for a senior project. It's New Year's Day. It's about 25 degrees right now. And heading up north to Russell, Kansas to hop in an ultralight for a little bit of flying around and kind of seeing, the ins and outs of what that looks like. Guess we'll see how today goes.
We pulled up to the airport where the guy we were meeting, Cody, was getting his airplane warmed up. Cody was really generous and reached out to me and asked if I wanted to go flying. Of course I accepted. One thing I didn't realize until I got there was that Cody competed in STOL competitions. STOL stands for Short Takeoff and Landing. So whenever he got his plane off the ground at less than 100 feet, it was quite a different feeling than your typical airliner. After about 20-ish minutes in the air, Cody let me take over the stick. That was one of the weirder feelings I've ever felt. I've never flown an airplane until this day, and it was just so much different than anything I've ever ran. It really opened my eyes that you can't just slap something together and put it up in the air. There are so many different forces acting on that airplane that I could just feel. It's hard to explain, but it was really good that I felt that. Cody put the plane down so I could take some of these drone shots you'll see here. I'm going to take this time to talk about what I learned from this trip. I think the biggest thing I learned that 4 months to slap something together is not going to happen. And that my best bet would be to get something that is already partially built or plans for something and follow those. Also on this trip, we went and visited one of Cody's friends. His name is Tony. And we really started talking about building a RC model of the plane I wanted to make, something that would be smaller, more attainable, and safer to build. While this is obviously not what I want to do, it could make a very good backup option. On the way home, I had a lot to think about. There was just something about feeling the airplane fly that just made me realize this was going to be so much harder than for some reason I once thought. The idea of making an RC plane kept floating around my head, but I really want to take to the sky. I really want something that can fly. The biggest problem, however, is I really only think that's going to be possible, at least to get it done by May, if I can somehow get my hands on a already partially built airplane. The only question is, how?